Alright, as you've seen on the last part of the video there, I put on there that we still had smoke smell in the house. So, if you guys are just new and you're just starting on this video, I'll leave a link at the top of the page for the first video, because we've been doing, this is like the second, or I think it's the second step to this smelling that smoke in the house. The next day we didn't really fix the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what else I did to see if I can get more draft and just to keep that smoke out of the house. Alright, we're back inside now, and you could see this piece of pipe right here. This was all kind of pieced together. I'm going to eliminate all these little pieces, this damper, because we got a damper here. This thing was put together with all just a bunch of little pieces. And this piece here, I noticed the paint coming off of it. This is not a black pipe. This is a piece of ductwork somebody painted and stuck in there. So we're going to take this piece out and these two pieces here, and we're going to get them replaced. And you can see around here where I put this piece in, I took some of that rope that you would use for gasket material for a stove door, and I just packed it around there so I get all the air I can to go through this pipe. I need all the draft that I can get. So I'm going to be working on this piece down here. For those of you who have not worked with this black pipe, right here on the end you want to take a screwdriver and make sure these two ends are open on this side and on this side too, right here. Make sure these guys are open. Take a screwdriver and make sure they're not pinched shut. When you get your pipe, it's stacked inside of each other, and that's how they save space, by having you connect this piece together yourself. So we're going to go ahead and get this piece of pipe put together, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, lay your pipe down on something solid. You want to line these two ends up, make sure they're lined up good. Then you're going to push down on it. What you want to do is you want to get that down inside there. Now you have a piece of pipe. It's locked together. Stand your pipe up like so and make a circle back out of it. Squeeze it until you have a nice perfect circle again. There we go. Nice perfect circle. Alright, you can see this is the piece of pipe we want to replace. And look how this is all bent up. That's allowing air to get in there. So what we're going to do, all this is allowing air. It's okay to have some air, but the more air you have coming through here cuts down the draft on your stove. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this apart and go ahead and make this piece and exchange this. This is not black pipe. This is ductwork in your house. That's a piece of ductwork, and we don't want that in there. That's not strong enough. So we can throw this in the garbage. This gets thrown away. What we'll do is we'll measure this piece here, find out the length of it. We don't need this damper because there's already one in it. So we'll just go ahead and cut this piece right here to the length that we need to make that piece. So I'm going to need about 11 inches of this. So I'm just going to take a piece of soapstone, and I'm going to make a dotted line all the way around this thing at 11 inches. And then when I get my grinder, I'm going to use a 4-inch grinder, and I will just follow the dotted line. And we'll have this 11-inch piece. Okay, now we have like a dotted line all the way around it. That's where we're going to cut. So we're going to take our time, take our 4-inch grinder, and go ahead and cut this around. now we got our piece that matches that piece right there. Now don't forget, anytime you're going to put this black pipe together, you don't want these seams to be all lined up. The seam on the elbow, we're going to put it on the opposite side as the seam on this, and we're going to make sure it doesn't line up with the one on the top of the stove that's already there. You want no seams lined up. Now sometimes when you go to put these together, they could be a little bit of a booger. You just have to take your time and watch you don't pinch your fingers. Just keep squeezing them together until you get them nice and tight. So now I got a nice tight fit. We'll go ahead and screw this together. Normally I like to put at least, well, I put 3 screws, sometimes 2, depending on how, where I'm at, what situation I'm in. And I'm just using a small self-tapping screw. So now we're ready to put this back on the stove. Okay, before I put this on, I should have done this first, is take that burr off of there. See the burr? This piece of metal here, it'll cut you or it'll get in the way. And I'm just taking a rat tail file, and I'm just filing that edge right off of there. Okay, we're in good shape now. Put our hands on it. Alright, I got it slid into place, so I'm just going to go ahead and put the screws in this piece of pipe at the top. Alright, I just had to take this big piece of pipe back down. That's the one we worked on. And for those of you who watch my video where it said the proper way to install chimney pipe, and if you think I'm wrong, just take a look at this pipe and you'll see the reason why you put the female up. That night I was in a hurry and I put this pipe together with the female down. And look at the creosote coming out of that pipe on the outside of that pipe. Look at that. Now, if that was inside your house, I don't believe that you would like that. Now, that creosote, those strips of stuff on there, all these little strips right here, that will burn. That will burn. So, I'm going to tear this pipe all back apart, and I'm going to put it back together the way it should be. Females up. All females up. So that creosote stays inside your pipe. So I got a little bit of work to do, but it won't take me long. Okay, on this cap, it was already cut because I needed to put it over top of that big iron pipe. I had it on there, and it wasn't big enough, so I cut it to make it bigger. So basically, I would need to cut it to make it smaller so it fits in here. So we're okay with this. We're just going to squeeze this cap together, and we're going to push it down inside. And now we're going to screw that right on there. So now our stack is the way it's supposed to be. Everything's been turned around. So all that creosote runs inside the stack and not outside now. Alright, now creosote is definitely a problem. You don't want creosote. Normally, if you're getting creosote on the outside of your pipe, or on the inside as far as that goes, is because you're burning too cold. And I'm not so sure that I can fix that in my situation. Because this pipe is a thin wall pipe and it's outside, there's a lot of cold air getting around this pipe, so it doesn't want to get hot enough to burn up all the creosote. I'm not burning any wet wood. If you guys watched any of my videos, you see almost 100% of them is old, dead, dry wood, but I still get the creosote. Creosote can come from pitch, which I know that the locust has a lot of pitch in it, so that's probably where I'm getting it from, the locust wood. Pine has a lot of stuff in it that'll create creosote too, but I just want to keep the creosote inside the pipe, so when it does catch on fire in there, and it will eventually catch on fire, it will burn the stack out. This is okay. It's not so bad having it outside, but if it was inside my house, I would be very concerned to have this inside the house. But I think we got it fixed now. Don't forget, female end up. I made the mistake. Don't you make the same one. Female up. Now that sounds like a good draft. It's pulling that air in there really fast, and we'll be able to slow it down, slow the air down, speed it up. Right now, getting the fire started, we want to keep it high. So as you've seen, that night I was in a hurry. I ended up putting that pipe on backwards. I just put the I had all the male ends going up, and we know those females should be going up, not the males. So we got that changed out, and guess what? We did all that work, and I still had the smell of smoke in the house. And it seems like it's getting worse and worse. If you turn the blower on, like where I put the vent going upstairs, man, it just really strong smoke, but I didn't smell it downstairs. So I only really had one more place to go that I haven't went because I was dreading this moment of having to fix the stove itself. So I'm going to show you how we did fix it, and it is fixed now. We don't have no more smell, no more smoke in the house. But you know, I just got like what I call a quick fix on it. I didn't really actually fix it right. I don't have the materials here to do it with, but it's working, and we have no smoke in the house, and that's a good thing. So the smell in the house is gone. So let me show you what I did. Now you all remember when we put this on here to actually get the heat from the stove into the house, and there was 5 holes going through here. Well, let me pull this off. I already took the screws out of it. Here are the 5 holes that the air comes through. The fire literally goes up through these holes and out the stack. So it heats these pipes up, and then when I turn the blower on, it blows hot air out of all these holes. But as you can see, this hole right here, all of these holes were this color besides this one. This one had like a white residue inside of it, and I was thinking that might have been smoke. So here's how we fixed it. And I know it's not the right fix for it, because what I'll probably do eventually is cut this whole thing out and put 5 new pipes through there. I just didn't want to do it now, being winter and cold. So what I did is I just took a smaller piece of pipe and I cut this piece of pipe. So what I did is I got some of this gasket material, replacement gasket,
for your doors when you put your door gasket on. And I just took this small material and wrapped it around that pipe real good and packed it in there. Instead of cutting it all out and replacing it and putting another pipe in there, because I really didn't want to do it right now. And we packed it in there nice and tight, and now we don't have no more leaks on that one, which is great. We're not pushing smoke up into our house. Alright, so that is how we got the smoke out of the house. It seems to be working really good. Eventually, I'll cut that front out and we'll do something with it and get it set up so we don't ever have to worry about this problem again. I'm not so sure that smoke was good on us, but we did get it out of the house. We opened up the windows and everything, aired it out good. And it seems like everything's working pretty good right now, so hopefully no more holes come up. But if we end up smelling it again, it's probably another one of them holes, not one of them pipes kind of break loose a little bit of rust or something and lets that smoke in the house. So really working on these furnaces, you just have to keep working on it until you figure it out. That's the hard thing, just getting it figured out. But I think we did a pretty good job, and we definitely got a lot more heat now in the house, and things are working out pretty good. Definitely going to help us out with the gas bill. So, I would like to tell everybody thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Till next time.